Hello, all of you beautiful beings out there, and welcome to the stream. I am Razim, and this is DevTales, where we're going to be working on our SCAR system for stories and creatures in alternate realities. This system is available for open playtest on our Discord as well as on itch.io, so please go take a look at it and let us know what you think. For now, though, we shall get into it. We do have the document that I'll be working on in the upper right there. And we also have Hex down there in the bottom left working on art. Otherwise, we have Placid Plastic Duck Simulator in the top left, allowing you to enjoy some ducks swimming around in a pool. Please, enjoy. Oh, and also we are using the TF talkies because they are fun and slightly less distracting for the dev work. And yes, Key, you may indeed join.
Join us, Key.
One of us, one of us, one of us, one of us, one of us. Welcome.
Hey, Key.
Oh, Discord thought I was in another voice channel for some reason.
Oh, that's weird. How are you, Key?
I'm well. How is everyone here?
Pretty good.
Experiencing
Overwhelmed
existential problem.
Overwhelmed by the amount of work I've got to do?
Oh,
What if you just do the first one?
Well, the first one on the list as of right now would be the Primeval Forms primeval feature. So sure, we'll work on that.
Ah, the thing you want
Hooray!
to work on.
Hello,
Hey,
Kuroy.
Key. You're giving me a problem. There is not enough Macau art, and I want more.
Razim as art is if you have coin.
Let me check my bank account.
I was gonna say, well, fine, create a Macau character for whenever I do the Monster Hunter game.
Honestly, would. I'll actually learn about Monster Hunter one day.
Monster Hunter is cool.
There's way more lore to Monster Hunter than you would think.
I believe
There
it.
is.
That's part of the reason why I haven't really gotten into it.
Alright, so I guess first off, we could not come up with a different name, so we kind of settled on Primeval Forms, but I feel like we could have a different name for it. Any ideas?
So, as a Kingdom Hearts person, my first thought is Drive, but that is a Kingdom Hearts thing, and so we should not use that.
Yeah, that's probably for the best.
The other thing I was tossing around was Stance, but that kind of specifically implies a battle kind of situation.
Yeah.
One moment. flow or surge. Well, this is so the idea behind this is it is an actual, I guess I shouldn't say it's a different form altogether, because it's not always going to be that case. It could be that you are just taking a different combat stance. But I'm hard-pressed to think of anything better than form. Because in some cases you will have an actually different physical form for this. It was kind of inspired by Digimon's Armored Digivolving, where they have very distinct skill sets for their different forms there.
Ah, what a coincidence! I'm listening to a Digimon's Adventure 2 song at the moment. That's interesting, though.
And as much as it's similar to it's Primeval Transformation, right? The other one?
Yeah.
As much as it's similar to Primeval Transformation is specifically like the shape-shifting ability. Whereas Forms is a temporary like alteration and or quote-unquote boost in a specific area.
Also, it's actually primeval shape-shifting, but yeah.
Oh, yes. Okay, so I was right. In my head. Not verbally. Verbally, I was incorrect. I mean, the only other word I can think of is like primeval mode. Which doesn't feel as good.
Yeah. I'm not saying that forms is a bad a bad term for it. It's just one of those, like, I wanted to stop and consider before actually committing to it.
Fair.
Well, form can also... It's a multi-entendre word. Because a form can be like a fighting form or a stance or a bodily form. So it works. And, you know, I mean, unless we can come up with something better later.
Alright, we'll go with form for now. Why am I suddenly tired? It's like I was
Because now
perfectly
you have to do work.
I was perfectly fine before. I was excited to do this. And now suddenly it's like... I know,
Because you
Gib Gab
have
went
actually-
quiet. I'm gonna blame Gib Gab.
Figured you want me to be quiet so you could focus. You're blaming me for it.
Your input is valuable, Gib-Gab.
Yeah, but my input is gonna be like, damn, the Macau is hot.
Wow, okay. I'm sorry, Zim, for the one day far down the line Monster Hunter game. I guess I'm not allowed to give you guys an adorable little, like, baby Macau minion.
Aw.
What is even a Macau?
It's one of the bird wyverns.
Is one of the starting raptors from one of the older games.
Yeah, that hasn't made a reappearance, which I think is mildly criminal.
Yeah,
Because it is a neat looking one.
agreed.
Oh, I think I found it. It looks kind of like a raptor.
Yeah. Yeah, it is one of the starting raptors. All of Monster Hunters always start with a raptor to hunt,
Yeah.
or raptor-like.
I personally like the Great Macau a lot. It's cool. It does the kangaroo thing and will balance on its tail to kick the heck out of you.
I saw that. That is pretty good.
Alright, so change of plans. I'm gonna let Key do all the work here, and I'm gonna go take a nap.
Okay.
What am I gonna do?
You can now rewrite any part of Scar you want.
I don't have the permissions for that.
If he's leaving you to do the work, that means you do dev work. If you do dev work, you may not be able to rewrite the documents, but you can just start writing things that'll give Taldaris a headache.
I mean, probably because my brain is entirely not math coded.
That's the best kind of brain.
Alright, where are we?
Oh yeah, I need my keyboard. 1 second.
What? How do you not?
Ow, what?
Apparently GibGab hasn't had their keyboard on hand this whole time.
Not like the music one.
Ah, that makes more
Okay.
sense. Wait, why do you need your music keyboard right now?
Because I need to practice Windows sounds on the piano.
Oh,
What?
what?
Don't worry about it.
I love how at first Raharu's just like, oh, okay, that makes sense. Wait, what?
And then you said, and then you did the same thing, Master.
No, I did not think that it made sense at all from the get-go.
Oh no, wait, but you said what right after I did?
I did. Uh,
Okay, so I'm assuming the next step is we need a general description of what primeval forms are.
yes.
Sounds interesting.
I believe one of the first things that we should note in that description is that unlike primeval shapeshifting, primeval forms are various states of being that can be accessed by Scar creatures. This is not necessarily a transformation of the body so much as it is a transformation of the state of being. This can take the form of a combat stance, a different mental state. It can include physical changes, but is not limited to that.
Not.
One of the classical versions, one of the classic ways that a form could be, oh god, if I can words. I promise I can words.
I believe you.
One of the classic ways a form is expressed is in the Barbarian's Rage from various tabletop and media portrayals.
Who's a good boy? I do still want Hex in a, you know, on the floor eating from his doggy bowl, Ido. If you want to make that happen.
Oh boy. Why can't they be doing that from their doggy bed, though?
True. True. Fat doggo agenda.
No, just eat me.
Have you seen that gif? Have you seen the gif that has been being shared around of that rock from evolving into a fat like a rock?
Yes, and just sent that to me.
Actually, I think he also sent it to me.
It is adorable.
It
Agreed.
is the most adorable Lycanroc that I have seen in that series thus far. It's amazing.
Normally, Lycanrocs are just cool, but that one is adorable. He
Agreed.
evolved just from sweets.
They're such a chunky boy.
Ido, you're being challenged. For that matter, Key, you could do it too.
I mean, I suppose, but I don't feel like sketching tonight. I have already invested sketch energy, as you are aware.
Fair enough.
There.
Maybe another time, if Ido isn't up for it. You know me, I'll make it ridiculously cute.
I believe you. I like what Hex wrote on his canvas.
Yes, I saw. I was ignoring it.
Sorry.
Because Hex is the good boy. He is my good boy. Did it? Oh, yeah, it's not renaming thing. Oh, I think I know what might have happened.
Oh.
Yeah, it expired. Do not redeem anything for a moment, for a few minutes here, guys. I need to redo the tokens. Okay. It should work again now. Well, it won't work for this particular line, but if you go to a different one, it should work. Actually, let me just go ahead and check. Yeah, it's working again.
I am disturbed at the fact that I can't make up the Windows XP startup sound on the piano. Like, that's weird. It's super trippy. Sorry, I know, I got completely sidetracked. That took way longer than it should have. I was busy playing Among Us.
Among Us.
Wait.
The song.
Oh. I was like, you just decided to randomly go and play a round of Among Us because you could do Windows?
Probably one of the two first things I ever played on the piano were the Tetris like little jingle and Among Us Drip.
Koro Bianiki? That's the name of the song.
And just unnoise version. I don't know if it got it.
Wow.
Yes, we heard that. Very good.
I just when I place my right hand on the keyboard, it doesn't go where it should go. It just goes to those 5 notes, and then
I see.
I played this since I was in 8th grade, and that's the only thing I know by heart on the piano.
All right.
It's
So,
Go ahead, sorry.
Key, I did the first paragraph. I got inspired a little bit for the flavor paragraph. Now for actual good stuff, and you were onto something. Bring that back to me.
You want me to read the paragraph back to you?
No, what you were saying earlier.
Oh. That was off the top of my head.
Gosh dang it. Raharu, you're here. Why weren't you being a Sekiravat?
I was going to ask if you wanted me to be one, but I didn't. I'm sorry.
Honestly, today
Hey,
I'm not really planning on coming up with a whole lot of new stuff. Mostly just putting in what we've decided on in the book.
Let me turn on the light because my eyes are starting to get strained.
Nintendo does not own that audio. They do not own the Tetris song.
Would I even be copyrighted with the fact that I played it? Like, and it wasn't even the full song, it was just a little...
There are times where somebody will be playing a song or even singing it and be too close to the original, and the automated systems flag it.
Yeah, the main thing that I'm saying is, like, it's not... I didn't even play, like, the bass on it. It was just the melody of it.
Yeah. They will try and claim it.
I mean, I know that. I'd just be surprised. I don't think a bot would get that. Also, we should get Raharu's secretary. I feel like if you put some really big glasses on the weasel, he'd look adorable.
You're saying Raharu doesn't look adorable all the time? For shame.
I think Raharu looks cute.
Hmm.
He.
You look
It-
adorable.
Anyways, if I remember right from what I was saying, unlike primeval shapeshifting, primeval forms is not necessarily a changing of the body, but a change of the state of being for the character utilizing them. This can be a mental state, a combat stance, and while it can include changes in physical form and ability,
I can
is
only
not
type so
immu-
fast.
I'm sorry.
That close enough? I think that's good.
Yes, it is much less wordy and concise.
Gosh dang it. My batteries died on my vape. Now I gotta go get that new ones, which are right fucking next to me. But that means that I gotta go over here, pull them off the charger, put the new ones on, or the old ones on there. The new ones are over in my vape, and I gotta go do all this while I just wanna be writing or probably going and taking a nap. But no, I gotta go do this because it's all Gap's fault.
Pat's the sim.
Pat Sim.
Okay, Google Docs, work with me here.
Never.
Ugh!
What was that?
Google Docs is being a jerk.
Oh. Pat Sim.
by all means, talk, guys. I may not be responding much, but keep the chat entertained, you know?
Oh,
Sorry.
fair.
Brain decided to go blank, possibly because I'm close to needing to do dinner.
And I was just distracted.
Anyway,
Yeah,
How are you doing,
Hex.
how are you doing, Hex? Are you doing okay? We aren't teasing you too mercilessly, are we? Could we be teasing you more? Do you want us to tease you more?
Hex, come join voice. Tug tug pupper. Here, boy.
Oh, sleepy puppy.
I would love to hear you sing.
Oh.
Nice, Ido.
Oh
Nice.
boy.
Honestly, I don't even blame Hex. I was doing this. I was literally like, I was playing and then I got distracted and then I just started singing. I got distracted with singing music. Completely related. I'm gonna put this away because I keep getting distracted. This is a giant fidget toy. And I'm gonna keep playing stupid cursed music.
Stupid curse music.
So what I'm hearing is that your Great Macau is going to end up having a xylophone.
Honestly? That or one of those like little wooden flutes that like go all the way around the mouth? You like move your mouth across?
That sounds interesting.
What? Huh? Do you mean a pan flute?
Yes. The only type of flute that I know is the one that I played in school, which is the C flute. Don't blame me on my lack of flute knowledge.
I don't know. The way you described it, it almost sounded like
It is a pan flute.
it almost sounded like a pair of braces or like a face brace, but a flute.
Nah. I was thinking of I mean, okay. Actually, to be fair, to specify what kind of the main kind of pan flute that I know is like, I know the proper like curved one that's like more commonly seen, but I usually default to thinking of this one instead of Indian, because this is the first one I was introduced to, because this is Andean, and this is the first one I saw, which is really cool.
The only pan flute I know is the one that's the multi-tube.
Yeah, like this one.
Unless you're talking about an ocarina, maybe?
No, this one. I threw it in your DM, you can see it.
Okay, yeah, that is pan flute.
That's what I was thinking of.
Meanwhile, here I am,
I wanted this one.
desiring for more hurdy-gurdy.
What's a hurdy-gurdy?
Oh boy. Alright, my turn to find something.
That's concerning. You know who should sing? Key should sing.
I can...
Agreed.
Alright, chat, do you want me to sing, like, a song that exists, or do you want me to sing one of my write-ups, which will probably be sad? There's so many different hurdy-gurdies.
Probably something sad to get them in the mood for wild traditions.
Not to get us in the mood for more Scar death.
Okay. Alright. Well, I certainly got a song that Gib Gab hasn't heard, but will eventually hear again.
Oh,
First, let me get this image for them. This is such a gib-gab instrument, too.
Especially the name of it, yeah.
I've only played woodwinds. This is not a me instrument.
You have the personality of this instrument.
What does that mean?
Go.
That it looks cursed?
Yeah, accurate. But yeah. You should look up some hurdy-gurdy stuff eventually, gib-gab, because it's actually quite cool.
I am right now out of curiosity. I know what it sounds like. I'm curious.
Alright, let me find the file. It's somewhere in here.
You've played one.
Oh good, it's one of the first Notepad documents in here.
Can you play Freebird on this?
Our story begins with a familiar reprise. My heart taken before it even opened my eyes. Smile shared in the joy of the new. Taking off before we knew what we wanted to do. Seeking purpose, adventure, chasing the thrill of the high. Exhilaration, but it wasn't enough in your eyes. You wanted more, and I vowed I'd be at your side. Leaving the night. You stole me away, told me it'd be alright, but you lied. We ran and left it all behind, seeking freedom and fun. But now those days are gone. We savored what we could of the time in this life. Wavering soul, you decided to take a dive into an ocean, thinking it grand of design. While I saw shadows, moors in the deep, taking up vigilance for your peaceful sleep. Bits and pieces piling up till we saw strings that bound us to an unwanted wall.
This hamlet shall not fall.
Kenku raided my stream with 6 viewers.
Of course. Hey, Kenku. Thank you so much for that raid. Welcome in. Hope you had a good stream. You guys have come into us working on our SCAR system. I decided to do a little bit of this before we move to Wild Traditions later. And we've got key singing for us.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna restart that verse.
Sounds good. But yeah, welcome in everybody. Hit that follow button. Come join us again. And for those already here, go share the love with Kenku.
Not that one, wait for the next one.
Yeah, don't hit that one because apparently GibGab did one of his typical fuck ups.
I have not misspelled a shout out in ages because the last time I did it, I grew incredibly paranoid of it, so I almost always copy paste the name so I don't get it right, except in this case I didn't copy paste it, I wrote it down and I got it wrong. Bleh.
But yeah, back to key singing.
Bits and pieces piling up till we saw strings that bound us to an unwanted war. You were left to wonder what it all was for. I tried to warn you, and so we ran till dawn. Thief in the night, you stole me away, told me it'd be alright, but you lied. Never listened, no matter how hard I tried. Concerns fell on deaf ears, confirming all of my fears, that I'd lose all that I love in this life. Seeking redemption for the hand you had dealt. You came to a friend, calling on us for help. Never imagined it might mean the end. I'd have shouted much louder, wish I could try again. Vicious monsters stole the last of our time, chained forever with false hope in my mind. My heart taken with you when you died. Why couldn't you have listened just once in your life? Thief in the night, you stole me away, told me it'd be alright, but you lied. Lied and left me behind. So now your time has come, this trial is done. I'm here for what's rightfully mine, this life.
You have a very nice singing voice, Keith.
Well, thank you.
It's very nice.
I hope it came through, but I had to use 3 different voices for that.
Mm-hmm.
I could hear
I
it.
did notice.
At first, I was a little like, damn, I'd love to hear it in person because it feels like the mic isn't doing it justice. And then I noticed you were switching the voice, and I was like, spicy.
I could do it in one voice, preferably not the third one.
Yeah, but then it's not as
Gibgat hasn't reached that part yet, so I can't spoil what it's about.
How many episodes do I have left to watch?
This one's one of the most recent.
This is only like 100 episodes.
Ah, this is for Charm's game.
Yes, it is the game that I run with the Charm group.
Ah, cool.
I am excited to steal you away.
I'm aware.
We're getting a key game when Key finishes that game.
There will be a break. I will be taking a break.
That doesn't sound allowed. Storytellers are here to work in the mines for the players or something.
Yeah, he'll have a week of he'll have a break of 2 hours, and then we'll have him start the next campaign.
That's twice as much as I get in my job every day.
Look, Zim. My brain is wired in such a way that already there are ideas for that game and what could come of it. So yeah.
Key, all you need to do is just take some time and tell Zim that you're working on the story and just keep using it as an excuse to take an extended break.
Key.
I don't need to use it as an excuse because it's true.
Kingdom Hearts.
No, okay. So as much as I love Kingdom Hearts, I don't I don't think I could do a Kingdom Hearts game.
Why not? All you have to do is just shout darkness every 5 minutes, and you got a Kingdom Hearts story.
You're not necessarily wrong. I'm also eternally sad that we lost the OG voice acting for Ansem at the end of Kingdom Hearts 1 because those final lines were fire and they were delivered like fire. So there. But yeah. Also, like all the Disney properties, we would have to have a Scar version of Kingdom Hearts going.
Sounds cool.
What if you do that like really cursed idea we had last night, where instead of doing Kingdom Hearts, do it but like the multiverses version of it?
Elaborate?
Yeah, so like Kingdom Hearts is all the Disney properties, so just do it but like with multiverses instead. How they had like DC superheroes, Scooby-Doo, and whatever else they had like all plastered together in there, and just make a game out of that.
No, I'm liking this idea of a ZGF one. We have so many different campaigns that we can draw from for it.
Also, that would be exceptionally difficult for me since I've only listened to a couple.
But that's why I will assign Raijin to you as your assistant storyteller. Because he has watched all of the campaigns.
Holy shit, really?
He's not joking.
Raijin has a very detailed spreadsheet of all of the campaigns.
That's really impressive, Raijin, if you happen to still be listening.
I'd like to rephrase it as terrifying.
Yes, I agree. I agree with Gabby on this one. That is a bit terrifying.
I thought so too, but that's just Raijin.
CJ is correct. You could just go the Kingdom Hearts route of not explaining anything anyways.
Oh, no,
And it
it's
would be
perfect.
perfectly fitting.
I mean,
You
yes.
could also just like do the double boogaloo of like make each player draw from a different campaign, like just assign a player a campaign, make the player watch the campaign, and have them make a character from the campaign. Or like face after that campaign.
That sounds interesting.
Yeah, you get given Ascent to Ascend. You get given this like really old Kobold group campaign. You get given, I don't know,
Rooms and Reptiles.
Yeah, Ruins and Reptiles. You get given, I don't know, one of the Pokemon ones. You get given one of the Digimon ones, and you have free choice.
And yes, Blue Bat, you are correct. That is the idea of the alternate reality setting itself. Yes.
Yes.
Well, Sora has been sent into a simulation at some point, so there's Digimon right there.
Not to mention, based on the latest games, Sora broke the rules and has been kicked out of normal reality.
Yeah, didn't he land it in the real world or some sort of other reality that is not his own at the end of Kingdom Hearts 3?
Yes. Purely because he broke the rules and decided to give the middle finger to death.
Ah.
Yeah, generally giving a middle finger to Asher is just going to get him to smite you.
Bring the middle finger to death, just like no Osmond. I'm so proud.
Well.
By the way, Keith, tell me what you think of the latest Data Anomaly Hunters episode when you watch it.
Oh, I am so excited.
Can I comment something, Key? No spoilers, just like something I'll comment. I'm bad at like watching the tabletops because I don't have an attention span. I was hooked last night. I stayed up watching the entirety of it.
Ba ba ba.
Just engaged.
Oh, I'm glad. Tal!
You're
I found
so-
out what bastards it was.
What?
They've thoroughly punished. I've been having RAM issues all day, and I've been trying to figure out which of my RAM sticks was causing it.
Ah,
Oh,
yeah, I've been told.
Yeah, so I found out which one of the ones it is. It has been thoroughly punished, and I'm going to go to Micro Center to replace it tomorrow.
Do they do?
Thumbs up. Also, Gigab, I am glad that you enjoyed the campaign yesterday.
I don't want to wait. I don't want to wait.
All I really had to comment on it.
Key.
You
know what? I have been curious about something. One moment, Key.
Huh?
Oh no.
Just a moment.
E.
Does that link work for you?
Nope. That's okay. I'll force myself to be patient.
All I'm saying is you can.
What
watch
exact-
them all.
I am okay with
What?
you watching it on the Twitch recording.
Yeah, what exactly are you waiting for? The YouTube?
I'm weird. I don't like watching the Twitch recordings.
Why?
I don't understand why myself. It is
Okay.
whatever. For whatever reason, I don't like watching back Twitch VODs.
Okay, fair enough.
Also, just to verbally explain the thing, because I know Zim wanted me to verbally explain real quick. Exhaustion, the actual true XP value of gaining an exhaustion is 25 XP. So, if we tag an effect with gains to exhaustion, that's saying that effect is effectively worth 50 XP by itself. If we're charging a feat in order to use that thing, the benefits of that then have to be about equal to 75 XP to make the feat worth it.
Whoa.
Yep. As soon as you explained it in Scardev, I understood.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying, because the benefits have to outweigh the negatives plus the cost that you're paying.
But then
For
why
it.
is the
That's just math.
moves and like the negative move trade for gaining exhaustion is 20 XP now.
Yeah, that's for balance reasons.
Okay.
For negatives, a lot of the negatives you don't gain the actual full complete actual XP value of it. For example, conditions on enemies, for example, give you like 5 less XP than it costs to put it on yourself
I mean,
in terms of discount. So it's not exact. We could make it exact. It's just that, like, you know. Yeah, that's also with a lenient stance towards how much exhaustion is actually worth. That's assuming, you know, a lot of things. But the actual XP value, like, in the most simple, fair way of determining it is 25. But yeah, that's how that works. That's what I'm saying with the, in order for a feat to be worth it and not garbage, for example, the benefits have to outweigh the negatives by around 25 XP. just in terms of like people feeling like the feat is worth picking up by itself on its own merits.
Well, so are you suggesting that we don't do this? Or, like, don't have
I'm
it at exhaustion cost or lower it? Or, like, you are pointing this out, but I do not understand if it is a problem or not.
I'm saying that 2 exhaustion would be problematic because there is no way on God's green earth that this effect is worth 75 XP. And for the other one, the reason that I said 50 XP for it, like in its current like thing, is the exhaustion cost of it would be 50 XP worth. So like, is that really like even just that? Like, I was just using because that was the first thing I thought of that would have like the same cost. I would argue that this like having this would definitely be something where the base effect is probably as impactful as true healing, at least personally. But 75 XP, I'm not like, there is no way in hell that this is worth 75 XP. For 75 XP on most of my characters, I could get 10 more health.
Whoa.
But this effect is for something entirely different. And either way, we're only talking about 1 exhaustion.
Well, yeah, but they still have to pay the 25 XP for the feat.
Okay,
the benefits have to equal the negatives that you're paying on it plus the actual cost of it.
So do we get rid of the exhaustion?
The exhaustion would still be fine. Because I would argue that this is acceptable for that. I was just pointing out, like, the math of it and going, we shouldn't do 2 exhaustion because there is no way in hell that this is worth 75 XP. Like, 50, yeah, no, I could see that.
I wasn't considering 2 exhaustion for it.
No, I was the person who suggested it. And
yeah.
That is the whole reason why Tal pointed it out and why that is a bad idea. And I understand.
And then Era was also thinking that it was 2 exhaustion to start with, and it's a feat to reduce it to 1. So there are 2 people talking about setting it to 2.
Hey there, Era.
In an Era.
Hello.
You are very quiet.
Yeah.
Should be better now. My mic was still booting up.
There you go.
There we go.
Oh my god, that is adorable, Ido.
What did I do?
Hex! You watching, Hex?
I just hear distant yelling.
Yeah, ignore it.
Is that Hollow yelling no?
It is.
Ah.
Hex!
Maybe he fell asleep.
That's a possibility.
Key cute.
Did you hear Key sing?
I've heard Key sing lots of times.
Yeah, Key did a song here just on stream. A few minutes ago.
I kind of guessed by chat. Key adorable.
We'll wait for Hex to be paying attention and then I'll share it, Ido.
Hello, Ido.
Are you feeling better now, Era? Or rather rested?
Yeah, I'm feeling a little bit better. It's definitely heat sick though, so I have to have the AC on already. Yay.
Fair. Glad you're feeling better though.
Feeling better and unfortunately filled with several evil ideas.
Oh. By the way, when does Wild Tradition start?
Generally, it starts in like a little bit less than an hour.
Takes too long to start. Need my Wild Traditions.
You don't get to say anything. The audience has to wait so long for AOR.
That's not our fault. That's Taldarius' fault.
How is it my fault?
It's not Chal's fault.
It's Gardef's fault.
Okay, how is it our fault?
Because I want to blame Taldarius.
Then blame Taldarius, not the entire dev team.
Well, that's why I blamed Taldarius initially.
And then I went, how
Anyways-
is it my fault? And then he immediately swapped to blaming the dev team in general.
I blame Gardef Day.
Isn't it supposed to also be Sir Taldarius to you?
Not always.
I am confused.
That's the Gabby.
How dare.
Hex, I saw some activity on your end. You listening?
My screen is frozen. Or Twitch on my phone.
Ah, there you are, Hex. You have some fan art. Here you go.
Aw.
Aw.
You made Gabby peek their mic.
Because it's cute.
Very.
Why didn't Hex join voice again?
He is too
Just CP.
eepy and stuff. He still should join.
Honestly, that's understandable.
Oh god damn it, me having my RAM issue and all the restarts. It Thanos snapped my tabs.
So
No, my tabs.
you're back to one tab, Tal.
No, I've already opened 20.
I was about to say.
How many
Join
There
times?
is
me
a
in the-
way, by the way, to open up tabs you accidentally closed.
Oh yeah, no, I do that like all the time. It's just that like I was having like constant boot loop RAM issues, so like it did not save my stuff.
Dang it.
Aww.
It did not. I tried.
My condolences to all your lost tabs, Tal.
Good. I hope it was 4 digits of tabs that you lost.
No, it was only around 800.
Good. 798 too many.
Yeah, I didn't even like I opened up Twitch real quick and didn't even realize that my tabs all got Thanos snapped because I was just on autopilot, and then like I went to go click over to my to like my worksheet section, and then like, you know, blinking outline my tabs are missing, and I realized, wait, my tabs.
The slow realization.
Your tabs.
My tabs.
Okay.
Tabs your browser.
So key, something that I was working on the side there because ADHD brain went burr. The best I could do was offer early access through the YouTube membership system.
Ooh.
Oh.
But gotta wait for that to be approved.
Oh, okay.
What about this? What?
Zim is trying to get me to watch It's last night, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Last night.
the last
Last
episode
night's
of the
DAH.
DAH.
Can't you just watch the VODs on Twitch?
I am a weirdo who does not like watching Twitch VODs.
Okay.
We were asking the same question earlier.
Okay.
Look on the plus side. I almost forgot when you said like AOR takes so long. Look on the plus side. This means this week you're getting 2 AOR episodes.
What do you mean, GibGab?
Because we play on Monday.
I was not aware of this.
Yes. Until the next time we have a 5 Thursday month, we will be playing on Mondays. Well, not every
That'll be like
Monday, but
August
every
9th.
other Monday.
I think the next five Thursday month is
July.
August.
No, end of July.
July.
Oh, okay.
Oh, July. Okay.
So it's not a long change.
No, but then
What happens
yeah.
again?
till it happens in like, what would the next one be, like October then?
It'll be a problem when it's a problem.
All right. I guess I need to actually like write out things and conspire with Matteo.
Enjoy.
I hope he's not asleep. We have game in 45-ish.
Ren.
I was
Ren.
gonna say, last we heard, Ren was lying down because they were having tummy
issues?
hurty disease.
Fatal case.
Oh. Tell me hurry
Never
disease.
to recover. Tummy hurt is brutal. Okay.
I know. I just find the worst tummy hurt disease amusing.
Also, everyone that I've asked and gotten feedback from about it has agreed that the experimental new front page is far less cluttered feeling. So it looks like my goal for this design round has been achieved.
I agree. Yeah, I definitely agree. Me likey. I love that the tab is called experimental BS.
Look, I'm the designer. I get to name the tabs.
I know.
You
Yeah.
are the one who names the tabs.
It's, I just got reminded of this because, Raharu shortened it to BS. But Raharu had to pay the square jar today.
Oh,
Raharu
Of
had to pay
all
the
people.
Haru
server?
had to pay.
Because I said damn too early. It's the only swear that I actually say.
Yeah, the man who won't even swear when doing VA work. Ooh.
I think you're having an influence, Rohar.
I'm fine.
Are you though? Are you sure you're not ill?
I'm pretty sure.
Look, Raharu's the kind of person who would say disregard the constabulary instead of fuck the police.
Yes.
But how? You're not an officer. I mean, what?
Yeah, well, Gib Gab, they're the one constabulatory officer that you can't disregard.
I wasn't talking about disregarding.
Oh,
Tal.
I
Now,
didn't realize
Gib Gab, be a
Hmm?
good boy for me now.
Oh, perfect. I'm just 2 away from bingo now.
Oh boy. Did he send that to you, Tal?
No. I can't have him influencing, so I never get one.
Well, now
So
I'm
far,
curious.
I've got so I've got math talking, I've got scar balance talking, I've got call someone a good boy, and I've got explains the same thing at least twice.
Here you go, Tal. Look at stream.
I changed it. A little bit.
I'm sure you did, but
That's the core idea.
I'm having to like zoom
I added
in
one.
to read this.
I
here.
can't read it. Too small.
I'll go ahead and read it off. So, all right. In the top left here, we've got
Subscriber arrives. It fills you with determination.
Hi, Kieran.
I'll send you the new one.
Just resubscribed for 26 months.
Thank
26
you
dukes.
for that resub and your 26 months of support, Kieran. All right, so yeah, the top left. So then calls someone a good boy, explains the same thing at least twice, mentions EU4, talks about one of Riv's previous lives, starts a rant, gets interrupted, continues the rant. Lore
Does that
rants
one
up.
count if I interrupt my own rant with a side tangent and then continue ranting?
Yes.
Then there's lore rants about one of his TTRPG characters, mentions one of his other non-ZGF TTRPG groups, pedantic correction, speaks about Age of Empires 2, talks about how many moves Vayne has, Scar Balance talking, mentions Cyberpunk 2077, mentions Kenshi, tabletop session cancelled, mentions Factorio, math talking, nerds about Star Wars lore, talks about something being OP in Scar, rants about his non-ZGF Star Wars campaign. Oh yeah, no. Tells a TTRPG war crime story. Gets idea for a Vayne move. Comments on how little he slept today.
Alright, so time for you to get another one. First of all, I feel like pedantic correction should be your free space. Second of all, you cannot combo talking about one of Riv's previous lives and still have a discrete box for lore rants about one of my TTRPG characters.
It can be different.
One is a subcategory of another section.
Well, they can
And?
be different. You could be talking about Riv, or you could lore rant about Nova.
But yeah, no, pedantic correction should be your free space.
I
Honestly,
just
yeah.
I just checkmarked pedantic correction in the bingo.
I literally said this is gonna give you one, but
Yeah. I'm using it. Well, I just love
all
the
I know
phrase.
is that if we ever make one of those for Digi, there's just gonna be the word ergo as the free space.
I want to make a joke. What about my brother?
We're having a good
Okay.
time here, everyone.
So, before we, because we kind of had multiple distractions there, and my brain was not fully focused, Primeval Forms. Should there be an exhaustion cost period for taking on a form? I
think
say
I was
one.
saying a single exhaustion.
Okay.
I do agree that there should be an exhaustion cost, and based on the math that Tal has presented to us as our primary resident math dragon, I agree that one exhaustion.
Okay. Do we want the ability for them to remove that exhaustion penalty?
Looking
I
at Math
personally
Dragon.
say I say yes.
Yeah, that isn't a math question. That's a design question, really more. Because the cost for removing the exhaustion is going to be the 20 to 25 XP.
Well, we can discuss the cost in a moment.
Yeah, I know. I'm saying, but the cost is already going to be effectively at or almost the cost of the exhaustion in the first place. So this, technically speaking, doesn't really change the actual math behind it. It's literally just a balance design philosophy question. Do we want them to be able to upgrade to remove the XP at the correct cost, or remove the exhaustion gain with XP at the correct cost, or no?
Are we throwing a prereq on it?
I was about to say, we probably want a prerequisite to be able to do that.
No. I was not planning on any prerequisites for this feature because the whole idea behind this feature is that they can completely change their skills, moves, and such to their heart's content, which obviously I'm going to be putting in a note that, hey, if you actually try to min-max, you will die. Because that's just how the system is designed. You still have to have at least somewhat of a balanced character.
I don't know about Era. I did not mean a prereq to forms. I meant a prereq to remove the cost.
For exhaustion. Yes, that's what I meant as well. Do we want... Because I'm leaning towards no, because I feel like there should be something that you should pay for it. But at the same time, once you hit mid-level, like 15 dots, I don't think it's as impactful anymore, and it's fine.
Yeah.
Just that way we don't have a character at, like, 12, attribute dots in early campaign with 5 character sheets.
So many character sheets.
Which you could technically kind of do that anyway, but yeah.
How much exhaustion are you giving for the changes?
1.
It would be 1 exhaustion when they return to their base form.
And form change only lasts for a scene.
Yep.
They can, of course, end it early, but that's up to them.
Yeah. So, like, technically speaking, if you want to go to, like, a different new form, like, if you, let's say you have 4 of them, technically speaking, the order of operations is you're in Form B, and you want to go to Form C, you'd have to return to Form A, accrue the exhaustion for that, and then change to Form C.
Which I am planning returning to base form will be a free action, so...
I was going to say, one ability you could give is... or upgrade, I should say, to the Primeval feature is you can eat the exhaustion cost and just slide into another form if you have more than 1.
Yeah, but for the time being, that would be my recommendation, is put a prereq on the remove exhaustion of some form to represent you gaining more control over it.
What would the prereq be?
Probably attributes. Probably 15, since that's start of mid-game, right, Riv? Or Riv, Tal?
I do have Riv's icon on right now. Yeah. 15 to 20 is when, like, technically, Tier 3 characters, which is the 15 to 19 attribute bracket, is when we consider it to be the start of more mid-game, with 20 being fully sliding into mid-game.
Yeah, I'd put it at 15 attributes.
I'm okay with that.
Because that's also when we give unrestricted access to things like true healing.
Yep.
But yeah, basically, tier character, because I now that we have the tier system set up, I kind of like just talking about it in terms of tiers. Early game is tier 1 and 2 characters, so that would be attributes 8 through 14. Mid game would be tier 3 and 4 characters, which is attributes 15 to 24, and late game starts at 25 plus.
Okay. What do we want the removal of the exhaustion penalty to cost an XP then?
Options are 20 or 25, basically.
I mean, we can go with whatever we want.
Well, yeah, but the actual
version.
options, the balanced options are 20 to 25.
I'm fine with either since we're making them wait anyways.
Then I would say 20 XP.
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Then I can get back to writing this stuff.
I do like how you could basically see like all of the character sheet if you scroll all the way to the top and then all the way to the bottom. That's nice.
Okay. I need to go deal with dinner.
All right,
Have a
have
good-
fun with moms.
Have a good dinner.
Bye, Key.
Have a good evening.
Bye,
Wait for
Key.
wild traditions.
NDAH for you to watch it.
Yes. I need to see what's happened.
See what's up with the petulant little child.
I was told that Jace was unconscious for the whole event.
Yes.
It did happen literally during the night
Yeah.
after you had your watch already.
Neat. It's an excuse to not have any idea what the heck happened then.
Yep.
I could explain it to you if you'd like.
No. No, this is more fun to know nothing.
Okay. I can't tell you that it was fun though, so
I will at least say that Asher made sure nobody interrupted you.
Aw, he does love me.
he does.
Sometimes.
At least when you're not picking him up.
Also, the Gaomon made a slight mistake, Era.
Oh.
They asked Riv questions.
Indeed.
At one point, I could feel my eyes glazing over in real time.
They also asked Fulgur about ruins.
Well, I'm gonna tune all that out for now because I actually do want to know nothing. Also, Gabby, isn't glazed over your like default state?
No, I'm actually very attentive, believe it or not.
Are you sure, Birdbrain?
Yes.
Well, of course he's attentive. I'm here.
No, the problem is that usually I'm hyper attentive, and so I'm like, every single little bit I'm just like, hi, what's up?
Ah, so he is a bird. Hyper attentive retains 0.
I retain a lot of information. I just keep quiet about it. How do you think I read the Taldarius bingo?
Because
I
it's
sat there.
Taldarius.
Yeah, but for the last like 2 dev sessions, I just sat there looking at Taldarius, listening to the little mannerisms, and I just wrote a bunch of them down. I paid attention to none of the dev session. I'm sorry to say, I just listened to.
I mean, to be entirely fair, these are things that you get picked up over the course of several streams, not just a single one.
Some of them, yeah. But I sat there for like 2 dev sessions trying to be like, what would be like not a free win, but what could make for an engaging bingo? That's where
Fair.
I can tell a bunch of them.
Fair.
That's why I have those categories. He doesn't always talk about Rick's previous lives. Sometimes he talks about the other characters and rants about them for like an hour.
I mean, I needed to ask the clarifying question about the rants interrupted and then continues rant later. If it counted if I interrupted myself.
Yes. It's the spirit of it.
I'm surprised there isn't an option on the bingo card if interrupt self.
That's a too free option.
I don't think it happens all that often.
It
Yeah,
happens a lot when I do dev.
I still
Yeah.
say that the pedantic one should be the free option, and then you should put that as the other option.
He makes a lot of corrections and sometimes small ones, but I don't think they're pedantic. I think sometimes they're just small, or like
No,
the
they're
little
pedantic.
things.
They're pedantic.
Sometimes you're
They're
very
very pedantic usually.
You got to remember that pedantic is basically unnecessary. So he makes not quite unnecessary. What's the right word for that, Tal?
So it's not unnecessary. It's when you're excessively concerned with minor details, and you're exceedingly concerned with the minor details past beyond what they matter.
There we go.
Which is like, see, I don't consider them as pedantic because I hear him explain some of them and I'm like, yeah, that makes sense. I mean, I can understand why he's concerned. It just shouldn't like the explanation should have been over 10 minutes ago. And that's when I go like, okay, that's a little pedantic. But sometimes he just explains it for like 3 minutes of continuous explanation. You can tell Zim is understood after 1 minute, but Taldarius keeps explaining, and I don't fully think that's pedantic. I just think Taldarius is a dork and needs to get all the thought process out.
I think you're misunderstanding what pedantic means.
Maybe.
Because pedantic is the correction, not the explanation.
I consider
Yeah,
this pedantic.
The act
Yeah.
of being pedantic is quite literally being overly concerned with details past beyond what they actually matter.
Yeah.
AKA the fact that, or the Oxford comma would be a pedantic fix that a lot of people insist on,
The Oxford
including me,
comma-
because the Oxford comma is necessary, and anybody that doesn't use it needs to go
Yes.
away.
Look, that's not
I've-
pedantic. That's just good English. It's a good language.
But it's considered pedantic if you point it out every single time that somebody doesn't use it.
Yes. It's like a turning signal. You should use it every time, but if you're not using it on a road when you're alone and there's nobody around, you're probably like, nobody cares.
Here you go, Tell. Have your Gabby back.
What do you mean have your gap?
Picks up the Gabby, puts in lap.
What do you mean have your gap back?
What do I mean? I mean exactly what I said. Have your Gabby back.
Yeah.
How?
He picked you up, verbally played with you for a bit, and now he has returned you to me.
Adorable.
How do I make the Windows like error noise on the piano?
What?
He's just having a bit of a pouty thought moment.
Hmm.
Sometimes I feel like I understand Gabby, but then I realize that I don't.
Gabby's like one of those drivers that can't decide what lane they're in.
Counterpart.
Oh,
I'm actually,
God.
I know. The problem is I am autistic with my driving because there are norms and the rules of driving. It's not about following the law. It's about good driving communication to avoid accidents. So I am very picky with my driving because what I want is to communicate clearly what I'm doing. I stay in my lane, and in fact, I like picking a lane way ahead of time just so that I'd have to minimize the amount of lane changes I make because I consider that an unnecessary risk.
Allow me to add the word verbally to the end of that statement I made. So the analogy is a little bit more clear.
You better, because I drive good. In fact, half of my annoyance half the time is just people don't know how to drive. And I have begun honking at people aggressively for not using their blinkers when they're turning in the lane in front of me. And they're expecting me to give them way. And I'm like, no, you didn't turn on your blinkers. I don't want to let you in.
Well, I found a pain point in Gabby if I ever want to piss him off.
Yes, I will get upsetty. My new thought process when I was heading home from work is that if a motorcycle decides to swerve between traffic when the light is already turned green and cars are starting to move, I should be allowed to hit them with no negative consequences. Because it's not
No.
my fault if they decide I'm going to swerve in between cars just because the light is green and they're not moving fast enough. Like, no, no, no. At least use your turning signals, you animal. What is wrong with you?
Okay, Gabby, I understand that you're upset, but don't think
that is
that.
invalid. That
I
is
know.
invalid.
I know,
I'm not
but
serious.
I know, but sometimes I don't know with you, so that's why I'm saying it.
They shouldn't have right of way, Tosh.
Wait, hold on.
Hmm.
Who exactly are you saying has right of way in this situation? Are you talking about lane splitters?
I'm assuming Gabby's talking about motorcycles because certain groups of motorcyclists will weave through traffic because they're on a smaller vehicle like idiots.
Oh yeah, that's
Not bicycles. Bicyclists drive me mad sometimes.
Yeah, where I live, lane splitting is highly illegal.
It's highly legal everywhere.
No, not everywhere. There are states where it is legal to lane split.
Yes. And see,
Well-
I don't get peeved when at least there's a red light. Because at least there I'm like, I mean, fine, nothing's moving. Nothing's happening. Traffic is full, fine. You go like, drive your way up to the front of the line, don't care. But we were all literally accelerating, and I had to slam the brakes because this prick just drives up to my side. Because, to be fair, this is a weird road that kind of got reworked recently. But it resulted in like there's a space in the middle between the two lanes that's marked off. You're not supposed to drive there. It's just the remnant of how the road was there before. So he drives all the way through that. Mind you, I'm starting to accelerate. The light is green. The first car has already crossed the intersection. And he just swerves right in front of me, and I almost hit him, and I have to slam the brakes, and I just honk the horn, and he flips me off, and I'm like, you deserve to lose your license. If I had hit you, I would have genuinely been like, it's not my fault. You didn't even have blinkers on. Like, at least, gesture with your hand or whatever. Nah, just, I own this road. Not my problem. Like, no.
Also, I think California is the only one that explicitly just, like, allows it, but there are other states where they allow modified versions.
But please don't encourage the thought process of hitting motorcyclists because there is actually a subsect of people out there that intentionally hit motorcyclists.
Nobody should hit anyone intentionally. That's cringe.
So
There's just something wrong with you in the first place. When
Okay.
you do that.
Let's get back to dev stuff here. I need a name for the upgrade that will let you change your feats.
French fries.
what?
I think Rahar's just hungry.
Yes.
Have some cheese. Here you go. Pat pat.
Num 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 num.
Now,
I
serious
gotta remember this
suggestions,
word.
please.
I want to make the joke about changing shoes. What is it called when you fix up a boot towel? When you fix up the sole of a boot specifically?
Isn't that just called resoling it?
It might be.
Resoling shoes.
Yeah, it is just resole.
Yeah, it's just resoling.
Okay, we'll call it resole.
There's your feet joke. Half of Zim's chat.
God, they've been making
Including
it
Zim.
so much. Now the upgrade that allows you to change your types.
Recast.
Oh, I like that.
I don't think we want to do that because we are going to have a magic system, and that will probably have something to do with that.
Ah, fair.
Typeface. I think you win, Toshime.
It was funny, but I don't know if I want to go with that one in particular.
It's an option.
Always
could
just go
always call it
simple and
speed.
call it type shift or something.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah,
really
I'm
keep
good
it
with
simple.
type shift.
I was trying to think up of like a clever thing, and I'm just like, maybe we should start with something simple, and if we think up something clever, we could use it.
Typeface is clever though.
It is, but I don't think that really captures the idea.
I was about to say something that I think Crow would say and just call it Henshin, which is the Japanese word for transformation, but let's not go with that.
Yeah. And the last thing upgrade we need a name for is the one that allows you to remove exhaustion. Freedom of form? What was that?
Nothing. That was a really bad joke.
Ah.
I said muffler.
Muffler.
You got to put a muffler on that exhaustion.
We should muffle the air at this rate.
Freedom of form?
Yeah, freedom of form works.
Okay.
Yeah.
Even if I love these streets. They're my kind of jam.
I can't be held responsible for every bad joke I make.
I can still pick up lines. I love them.
Sometimes it's just too easy.
Like Demon.
I was gonna say like you, but I kept my mouth shut.
I'm not easy, excuse you.
Hi, Gabby.
I was waiting for Tao.
Yeah, what about it? I let you. Let me. Because
I'm just gonna, keep the Gabby in my lap, give him some head scritches, some consoling pats.
I'm gonna pin you down and kiss you. How about that?
No, be a good boy.
How dare.
That's adorable.
I'm gonna hop down to the other room because I'm gonna BRB. I will see you all in a bit.
Bye.
Okay.
All right.
Oh, is Walter Dishes about to start?
Yeah, in like 10-ish minutes.
Okay.
Yeah, but I'll also be staying here all night because Zim dared me and now I will.
Mm-hmm.
What are you at?
Just mm-hmm-ing at you.
I will bite you.
No, you won't.
Now I will.
No, you're going to be a good boy and not do that.
I'm gonna vampire your neck.
I highly doubt it. You're not going to do that.
Chomp chomp. I saw a weird video today. It's a complete side note, just because it ran through my mind. Somebody like had a cup of blood and they put snake venom in it, and seeing what snake venom does to blood is really trippy. For the type of snake venom that affects blood. Just makes it like chunky and weird. You can't blame me today. Okay, today I just want to grab someone and push them on the bed and kiss them. That's the today mood. Yeah, I'm just taking advantage of it before Well Traditions breaks my heart again, and I enter depressive mood for the next 2 days.
Oh. Pass to Gabby.
What would possibly break your heart about it?
You feeling happy with yourself? You proud? Is that what this is about? You grinning, taking joy in the suffering you're causing?
I'm just asking what would break your heart about WoW Traditions tonight.
You know what you're doing. You know what you want to do. You're so smug and proud of it. Disgusting. Taking so much joy in other people's suffering. And not just you. You and the rest of the goblins that you call your party. A lot of y'all who secretly are some sort of sadistic weirdos who just love seeing chat's reactions after of woe and misery and suffering and screaming.
Okay, what the heck? Where did all this come from, Gabby?
In another life, all of you would have been the people cheering for the executioner. And you, Zim, you're the head executioner.
Whoa.
I will remind you that Zim, like, we commonly go to Zim with our awful ideas, and he just greenlights it usually.
Oh, nice. He doesn't use the axe. He just tells everyone, use the axe.
No, he does. He tosses us the whetstone.
He tosses you the whetstone and gives you permission to use the axe. He's the head executioner. He doesn't do them himself. He just looks at the execution orders and he's like, stamp, 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 approved.
To be fair, he does use the axe himself. It's just against those who won't use it themselves.
That's why he's the head executioner.
Just wait until certain things happen.
Oh boy.
What, Ido? What are you gonna say now? And no Toshime, because the judge doesn't use an axe. Zim does use the axe. Not even an axe. Zim pulls out the fucking sword and stabs you through the heart and then twists it good and then like pulls it out, touches your heart and then pushes it back in.
The only reason other judges don't do that is because they're cowards and Zim isn't.
A judge doesn't normally execute people, okay? That's all I'm saying. Zim will execute.
That's because they're cowards.
I mean, according to Fire Emblem, swords are better than sword speed axes, so...
I'm gonna pretend like that was part of the really smart thing that I was saying, and yeah, it's totally why.
However, I myself wield the greatest weapon of all, the polearm. That way I don't have to get too close to your smelly peasantness, and still am able to dispense justice.
I thought you were gonna say the pen.
Polearms beat swords.
I thought you were gonna say the pen because I was gonna say that's really poetic. Because yeah, you don't even need to wield the sword; you just write. And it's like, it's that gif of the dude who starts writing and the paper starts lighting on fire.
Yeah, the guy with the sunglasses on in a dark room.
Yeah.
I take a chip and eat it!
I'll take a potato chip and eat it! Oh my god, I love that sin.
Yeah. Also, I do love I'm still very proud of myself, even though this isn't like exactly my best work. I still loved it a lot. There's in one of the games that I'm in, this is not the Star Wars one, so you can't mark it off, by the way. In one of the games that I'm in, my character uses a double barrel pistol, and the double barrel pistol, it's called Judge and Jury, one for each barrel, and they fire executioner rounds.
Fun.
Not Star Wars though.
Mentions one of his other non-CGF ttrpg groups. Oh yeah, no.
No, you didn't. You talked about it being the Star Wars group, and
No,
that was not the Star Wars.
There is one of them that specifically mentions one of his other non-CGF ttrpg groups.
Well, yeah, but you can't mark off more than one from this, and you can't mark off the other one because it's already you already have pedantic correction.
That's fine. I mean, I've marked a couple of them. I'm good with these ones so far. Yeah, the OENO is the one that I had to mark because I forgot you said it, and I'm like, I'm pretty sure you said it, and then I just went like, oh, let me go ahead and mark that. I just need one more and I can get a bingo. I'm so close. I want to do this for everyone at some point. Just sit here and create a Zim bingo someday.
I honestly wonder what a bingo. I honestly wonder what a bingo base of me would look like.
Great question. I have no idea.
I mean, at least one of the corner spots for Zim's bingo needs to just be the muttered fucking himbos.
The free spot is gonna be the stream speeches that he does when he changes stuff. That's just the free spot.
Somehow that feels less free than me having pedantic correction as my free spot.
Yes. Well, fine. Do you want me to call it over-explanation of pedantic correction? Would that make you happy?
I mean, no, because even just having pedantic correction, there still also means that, like, you know, I guarantee you that I do pedantic corrections at a higher frequency than Zim changes games.
Exactly. So, over-explanation of a pedantic correction. You don't always over-explain them. Just usually.
I still think that it's going to be more than Zim changes games, because Zim changes games once every couple of hours. I pedantically correct things with an over-explanation far more frequently than that.
Not all of them are born equal, okay? If you come up with a better one, I'll put it, but I just think it's funny.
I think it's boring. Of all the things you could have as a free space, that's what you go with?
Well, that's not my free space. That's not what I'm using as a free space. Unless you mean like yours.
Well, yeah, my free space on the bingo chart, like that's a boring one.
It's gotta be something you always do.
Apparently
No,
he
no,
is,
no.
Zara.
No, because I don't know everyone well enough. I just said I'd like to. I'd have to sit down and like stare at someone for like a week straight.
Yeah, and like, you know, Gabby already pays a bunch of attention to me because I'm in charge of them.
Sometimes.
Mm-hmm. Pat the Gabby.
Sometimes, right? Sometimes it's just like it's a Talrant. Time to just look at like a puppy barking and be like, wow, you're really cute. Also, sorry if I sound a little distant. I just went to lay in bed, so I was hanging upside down from the edge of the bed. I need to stretch my back. Oh, no, but if we just put in Rain's middle space breaks, and that's it.
I need to get a new mouse soon. Maybe I'll do that tomorrow when I'm replacing my RAM.
Sounds like a good idea.
I mean, I'm already going to be there, and that bitch is like half an hour away. I don't feel like driving that multiple times.
Probably a good idea.
Oh my god. Okay, so, have any of you guys ever heard of the game called Synthetic?
I heard of it, but I'm not familiar with it. What's that?
Alright, well, I'm playing the sequel, and I shit you not. I just picked up an item called Brondo. A refreshing drink, refreshing 20 seconds of ability and item cooldowns instantly while boosting critical damage for a duration. Description: it's got electrolytes.
Hello there, Taya. Good to see you. And I look forward to playing with you tomorrow. How was your stream,
Hey, Taya.
though? Welcome in, everybody. I am Razim. We do all sorts of things here. Right now, we are literally just about to switch over to our Wild Traditions campaign. What?
Oh, so they were, you know how I was mentioning the item I just got? They were completing the reference. It's got electrolytes. It's got what plants crave.
I was focused on the work and such, so...
Oh my god, on the item picture, it has the can there, and it says 10 times the sugar, 20 times the taste. I still love how the description is, it's got electrolytes.
I will say, Taya, that is definitely incorrect.
Yeah, at least half of them are Digimon.
I would not say that, because we've got a healthy mix of Digimon, Pokemon, Star Wars, Transformation, Paws, and all sorts of other random things, such as war crimes.
Hi.
Hugs the towel.
I bumped my knee on the table and I hit.
And
the ground.
congrats on that 540 stream streak, Geemond. I mean, why not, Hex? You could involve Transformation and Pause with the other three there. But yeah, welcome in, everybody. Thank you so much for that raid and sharing your community with me, Taya. I appreciate it. I look forward to seeing you tomorrow for Recallers. However, we gotta get switched over for Wild Traditions. So, let's go ahead and get that chain. Wait, birthday stream! Oh my god, I forgot birthday. I am so sorry.
Happy
I will commit the ritualistic Sudoku to make up for my terrible, terrible crime, Taya. I am so sorry.
What if we just make that a real punishment? If you forget someone's birthday, you have to play Sudoku.
Actually, most times when I say I will commit ritualistic Sudoku, I do actually pull out my phone and do Sudoku. And I would right now, except we gotta get switched over for Wild Traditions.
Yep.
Acceptable the way I'm playing Sudoku right now.
Also, me and my boyfriend are literally the worst. We both forgot each other's birthdays this year.
Oh boy.
We're both horrible with that. Most years, I have to remind him of his birthday, and then he has to remind me of mine. But this year, we both just, like, got busy.
You goobers.
It's fucking awful.
But anyways, Thank you everybody for joining us so far on the stream today. That was a DevTales session. Check out our website, zgfgaming.com. We got links for our Discord, Telegram, Mastodon, Blue Sky, Patreon, and more. There on the website as well as down in the description below through our link tree. Thank you to my patrons, tippers, and subscribers. It is your support that keeps this channel alive and going. I cannot do this without your guys' help and your support, so thank you. Consider becoming a patron over at patreon.com/zgfgaming. It's one of the best ways to support the channel, though you can also do so by sharing the stream around, grabbing packs of cards to Stream Loots, using our Humble Bundle partner link, or subscribing to us on Stream Loots as well as YouTube. But for now, thank you so much for joining. Don't forget to commission one of the artists that I manage for, with their details are at zgf.art, and I bid you all the most fondest adieu.
Bye bye.
Bye bye, everyone.